Hey guys, it's Reese. Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, I'm racing some, not all, but a decent amount of my Porsche diecast cars on Thunder Lightning Speedway, which is the name I've given my car mat racetrack. Now the reason why I've called it is because, thunder and lightning can happen so quickly in real life that on this car mat track, a car that's last place could easily win the race at any given second. So the races change so quickly for like the car's position. Like if you start last, you suddenly could end up winning, or maybe not winning, but reach pole position somehow to not pole, podium position to, sorry about that, to reach the next race. Anyways, there's quite a lot of cars here. I can only do 4 at a time, so let's get this going. And the cars will be randomly picked. Well, we have an electric one already. We have a Porsche Panamera Turbo S eSport Turismo in the first race. Ooh, and we have a Porsche race car. I don't know if it was the one next to it. It might have been. We have a Porsche 962, which might give that electric Porsche a run for its money in this race. Now, of course, I'm just saying that to be funny because, that's what you do to competitors to race to, get them a little, nervous. Let's see. Here. Porsche 911 for 4S for Matchbox moving parts in red. And yes, I know it's moving parts one because the door's open. Last car for the first race, and it's going to be you, Porsche 918. All right. Now, unfortunately, I do not have 3 cars advanced, so the podium is first and second place, and that's it, because I can only have 2 cars advanced to the next race. Otherwise, it's just a little challenging to do 3 at a time, because then 1 car behind, it's like sometimes if there's 3 cars in one race, the third place car just, zooms past first and second place, and they never have a chance to catch up. So that's why it's better if it's first and second place only advancing. I wish I could do 3, but again, it's a little unfair, and I don't want to have any races be unfair, like, someone saying like, oh, this is an unfair race for whatever reason. 3, 2, 1, go. And this race is off. And there's a lot of crashing happening on the first lap. All about diecast. DD. Hey, thanks for stopping by. They're on to lap 2 of 4. Oh no, and the Porsche race car got crashed. On to lap 3 of 4. You may not be able to see the racing happen, and I'm sorry for that, but you might just have to have an update of like which car wins the race. Oh, thanks for stopping by. This is the final lap. And the Porsche race car comes out from a crash and wins the race at the last lap. Wow, what a race that was. Porsche 918 and 911 Carrera 4S for Matchbox are eliminated. And we'll just go over there, I guess, for now. And I don't know where I'm putting the winning cars because I haven't figured that out just yet. Sorry if this takes a little while in between races to get all the cars figured out. I might actually have to start moving cars a little bit closer so I can reach some for all the ones that haven't raced. Because my hand can only go so far to get to all these cars. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button. I do really appreciate that. Now, before I continue these racing events, there's 2 Formula E cars in here that have Porsche, the car company's name on them, and they're a Hot Wheels car. I am counting that as a Porsche only for that reason. If it did not say Porsche on that car anywhere whatsoever, those would not be racing. So technically, it's like the Porsche that wants to be a Porsche in a way, if you kind of know what I mean by that. Also, there are some kind of newer cars in here too. especially those ones from that majorette box that I got like 1 or 2 days ago this week. All right, well, now they should all be a little bit closer. Going to Porsche 918 in this race. That's, I guess, good or bad, because the previous one didn't make it. Ooh, we have one of the new cars from that Porsche gift pack. I mean, I kind of wanted to race all of them at once, but I can't because there's 5 and I can only race 4 at a time, so that's fine, I guess. We have a Porsche 911 GT3 non-chase car version from Speed Machines. I do have the chase version as well. And we have a Porsche 911 GT3 RS from Deutschland Design, where the chase from that set was a Mercedes-Benz. Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, let's do that. It's a little bit more fair that way, I think. So yeah, I'll do a diecast BD. In case you're wondering, you've probably already heard the name. This is Thunder Lightning Speedway, and I've named it that because the cars can change position in a matter of like maybe even less than a second during each race. Now, again, I don't want to get copyrighted and then realize someone else is using that name for like a car mat track online for like diecast car racing. I sure hope not. If they are, please let me know and I will stop using that name. 3, 2, 1, go. Bad start, but then it's onto lap 2. Yeah, it's a slightly different bed that I have for the car mat track, so sorry if this car mat keeps getting moved around so much. On to lap 3 of 4. Okay, and these cars are all spinning and crashing and hitting everyone. On to the final lap. And the Porsche 935 K3 will advance along with the 911 GT3 from the Speed Machine set. 2 other cars have been eliminated. We'll just put eliminated cars, I guess, like far over there, so that way I can't reach them whatsoever. Well, I've already found 2 cars. We have a Porsche, I want to say this is 928, because I know it's not the 944, and then we have a Porsche 964 Carrera 2. Oops. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7. One more car, and we are good to go. I'll have another electric car in here. All right. Now, if you're wondering why each race is 4 laps, well, it's because there's 4 cars here, 4 laps. But once there's 3 cars and 2 cars, it'll be a 2-lap race event. 3 cars, I thought of doing 3, but it's like I'd rather not. And the other thing is, if there's like any, cars that end up, cheating somehow to like win the race. I mean, I'm not saying I want any cars to cheat, like to go off track and then suddenly win. That's not really fair for the other cars. So yeah, if a car does that, they do not win the race. They will have to race another car to see if they can re-enter that race, and then 1 car will be eliminated. Then it will be the only time I do a 3-car race because of a reset to make it fair for all cars, or the race just doesn't count then at that point. Either that or the car gets disqualified. I think it should get disqualified for cheating. Well, thanks for stopping. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, those cars crashed and the other cars are getting really close. We're on to lap, 2 or 3 now out of 4? Lap 3 of 4. Sorry, this car mat is just having trouble adjusting to stuff here, so it's a slight problem. On to final lap, and all the cars almost crashed except for 1. Wow, that's a really bad crash there. And the Porsche 964 Carrera 2 and 911 Carrera RS 2.7 win, leaving newer Porsche model of a electric Porsche Panamera eliminated. It's funny because in the first race, one of those won, but in the third race, third or fourth race, it did not win. Okay, we're going to have one of those electric Formula Gen A2 Porsche race cars in this race, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, so far we have only one electric Porsche advancing, and that's a Panamera, because two 918s have been eliminated, I do believe. Yeah, two 918s have been eliminated, so not looking so good for the 918. And speaking of 918, I guess we're going to have one in here. So technically it's not electric, it's hybrid, but we have one fully electric portion there so far. We don't have any hybrid ones in just yet. Oh, well, here's another electric one. I guess at this point we might just have this one be an electric cars race. Hold on, Porsche Panamera. Yeah, that's a hybrid. So actually, it's a hybrid. So we actually do have one hybrid car advancing. The Gen 2 Formula E is fully electric. So we don't have any fully electric ones. We have a hybrid car advancing. And I guess if we're doing that, we might as well find another one, if possible. I think there's only one or two left. Well, we will have two 918s in here, but they are of two different colors. So this is technically the one rare, like, electric hybrid Porsche race event for this Carmat Porsche Special Edition racing event. Live stream. 3, 2, 1, go. And it looks like the 918s are trying to win this one, as we are just about on 204, and they are pulling away. The 918s are just pulling away from the other two. Yeah, it's a little too late onto lap 3, and one of them crashed, and they got closer, but it wasn't close enough. I think we have one more lap to go because I lost track. This is lap 4. If not, then oh well. I guess we're doing a bonus lap. Now that car wasn't fully off track. What I meant is like fully off track. Well, two 918s will advance to the next round, so we know that's happening. Just trying to move cars a little bit closer to each other. Ow. Sorry about that. Now let's see here. We might as well just race the 4 remaining cars from that Porsche gift pack, so that way they don't get sprinkled in with other racing opponents. But, to be honest, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather actually make it more fun and fair for other cars. So we'll have one of those race. We'll have a newer Porsche mainline car race. We'll have a Porsche 935 race car in this race. And we'll have an old Porsche 911 race as well too. This will be interesting to see what happens. Will the race cars win or the street cars win? Because the 904 Carrera 6 GTS Porsche is actually a race car, because it was used in the race car event. 3, 2, 1, go. And oh my goodness, almost everything crashed except for like 2 of them. Although we have to backtrack and redo the race from the first reset point where that crash happened. On to lap 3 of 4 now, I believe. And oh my goodness, there's another crash, but only like 1 car crashed. Yeah, sorry, this Carmat is just having some difficulties. I think if I turn that off, it should stop moving so much. Yeah, I think that wind was blowing the track like everywhere. Final lap. We're on the final lap. And oh my goodness, it's going to be the 2 street-going Porsche 911s that will go to the next round. Wow, I cannot believe that. 2 Porsche race cars got eliminated. I cannot believe that. I mean, that was impressive, because I thought for sure one of them would advance at least. Well, there's one car. Here's another one. Here's another one. It's a random Porsche race car race at this point, and here's another one. So, again, 2 Porsche race cars and 2 non-Porsche race cars. Although, to be honest, I hate to do it, but it's going to have to go back on. I'm sorry, but without that fan on, I get extremely, I don't want to say this normally, but kind of sweating, or like just really, it gets too warm in this room, and that's why that happens. I didn't really want to say that by any means. I'm sorry if that was like embarrassing or like whatever to anyone, but I need to have this fan on, and because of that, it makes this track, start blowing and stuff, and makes the races unfair for everyone. Not for like the subscribers watching, but for me doing it with my hands. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 of 4, and oh no, there was a bad crash, and now almost every car crashed, and every car is just about crashed in this race at least once or twice. On to lap 3 of 4, I think, coming up after this lap is finished? Yeah. Next lap is lap 3 of 4. And everyone's just crashing into like almost everything and everywhere. On to lap 3 of 4 now. Final lap, final chances here. Last lap, starting just now. And we will have 1 Porsche race car and 1 street Porsche advancing to that next round. But those ones got eliminated. Okay, we're racing this beautiful Porsche 930 RWB from a Hot Wheels Team Transport set. And yes, I do still actually have the transport that comes with this guy. This one has seen better days. There's quite a few scratches or paint wears, but yeah. There's some writing actually on the head of this car. I can't really fully read what it says. Well, and since it's a premium, I might as well just do some premium cars, I suppose, which are mostly race cars, so that may not be so well. I mean, not all of them are, but some are. All right, well, we have 4 Porsche premium cars. One of them's a race car. Technically, the other one is 2 because it has a roll cage. So there's 2 Porsche race cars in here. And then there's 2 Porsche street-going cars, which are behind the 2 Porsche race cars. Let's see what happens, because, again, the race cars may or may not win and advance to the next round. Now, you don't have to win. You have to get at least first or second to advance to the next group. 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, and there's already crashing happening. Wow, that's not good. First lap, and another crash just about happened. And oh my goodness, more crashing is happening everywhere on the track. I hope these cars are okay. On to lap, 3 of 4 now, I think? No, it's only lap 2 of 4. And this track is getting blown around so dang much by that fan. Sorry, I'm just trying to, put this on a spot where it's not going to go everywhere. On to lap 3 of 4 officially for now. Final lap, this is it. And the Porsche 911 RS Carrera, Porsche 911 Carrera RS 3.8 will win, followed by the 911 930 Special RWB Porsche gets second place. that was a interesting battle. And the Pink Slips first series one, or I believe it's a majorette one, but I do believe this is a Pink Slips one, gets third place, but unfortunately third is not good enough. It will not be advancing, sadly. All right, let's get more cars figured out, because we're starting to get slower, not slower, lowered on how many cars are in here. Here's a beautiful Porsche 911 GT3 Cup race car about to race for its first time on Thunder Lightning Speedway. Let's see here. London Supercars. Oh, that's cool. If I have time after this, I will talk about diecast car stuff, but probably not, because this live stream's already been going on for like 20-30 minutes already. And I don't want to run out of breath talking about toy cars after a long period of diecast car racing, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Not saying that it's not going to happen, but maybe my next live stream will be. Because I do like talking about diecast cars, I just can't do it for this live stream. Because that wasn't, the title of this live stream. I mean, I can maybe do it for like a small bits here and there, like in between races, but after the racing is done, I'm probably just going to end this live stream. Yeah. 2 people here now and 2 thumbs up. Thank you very much. I guess we'll give this car a second chance to do it. Now, before I do more about this racing live stream, I'm just like to say thanks for the 530 plus subscribers, everyone. Thank you very much for that. Because I'm really trying to hopefully someday before this year comes to an end hit 600 subscribers. And it's like, I'm not just going to waltz into all these, sorry if I go off topic a little bit here, but I'm doing it very quickly and then focusing back on the racing stuff for the races in this live stream. But I'm not going to waltz into every single store and just, say like, subscribe to my channel, because that's going to get annoying. You don't want to do it that way. You could say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Could you subscribe to it, kind of thing? And, not everyone's going to say yes, unfortunately, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get back to the racing. We're going to have the tiny Porsche in here. Very tiny one. The tiny Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6 or 964 for short. Well, 3, 2, 1, go. And oh my goodness, we already have a crash on the first lap. Imagine if Tiny Porsche actually advanced, how funny that would be. On to lap 2 of 4 now. And oh my goodness, almost every car crashed. On to lap 3 of 4 now. This Porsche 911 GT3 Cup race car is just blowing past the competition. I mean, like almost no one's caught up to it much lately during this whole race. Which, is weird. Final lap, this is it. We gotta have a clear second place, and everyone else just seems to be like going off course somehow, almost just about. Well, it's gonna be the Porsche 935 and the 911 GT3 Cup advancing to that next group there. Those ones are eliminated. We're gonna do a Porsche race cars race, so at least I know 2 Porsche race cars will be advancing from this group to the next round. Which 2 will it be? I don't know. And then after this, we might just do a regular 911s race of Porsche 911 cars of different years and models. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2. Comes lap 3 coming up just about soon here. On to lap 3. Final lap started. This race actually hasn't had many crashes. And the 962 barely outs the 917. Wow, that was a close one there by like half a second or millisecond close of a race. Well, those 2 advance, and these 2 are eliminated. London Supercars, I'm glad you like your box full of diecast cars. I'm not going to want to stray away too much from the racing stuff, but once the racing is done, maybe I can do a little bit of diecast car, normal talk if possible. But that depends. Unfortunately, I don't know if this one raced. I don't think so. I don't know, because I don't recall it being in the losing cars pile. I don't know if it raced or not. No. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a 911s race next. Just a normal 911s race. Next of different generations and years. Right, here we go. Let's do this. 911 race. There's two 911 cabriolets. Well, technically one's a Carrera S and one's a 911 Carrera Cabriolet. The other's a 911 Carrera S. I do believe. Yeah, Porsche 911 Carrera S. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, and that was a weird crash. And oh my goodness, another crash, and it's a 3-car crash. On to lap 3 of 4. On to the final lap. Wow, and out of nowhere comes these other cars. And these cars are getting really pushy. And the 911 GT3 wins, followed by the 911 Carrera S in second place. That was quite an interesting race. Well, those two are advancing. These two will not be advancing. I guess we'll have another race cars race if possible. Yeah, it is possible, I think. Yep, it is. We'll have a Porsche 356 with two 911 GT1 race cars. This one doesn't say it's the race car version. Hot Wheels is technically more race car version. This one says Porsche 911 GT1 96. Meaning that's the actual year that one came out from. This one just says Porsche 911 GT1. Anyways, let's get to the race and see what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. Hold on. Pause. Pause race. RSR. We're going to have a different car enter because it actually is a full-on race car. So the race will have to restart. Restart race. We're restarting. The laps have all been cleared. We are officially on lap 1 of 4. 3, 2, 1, go for the official race now. That 356 keeps crashing like almost everywhere. On to lap 2 of 4. Yeah, sorry, this racing is just, getting a little bit out of control. On to the final lap. And oh no, car went backwards. And the Porsche 934 RSR wins and beats the 911 GT1 race car. Wow, the 935 lost. But this isn't just any 935. I think one of these is a 935/78, and it's like, I don't know what the /78 is, because it's like it's not from the year 1978. Why don't we have a red Porsche race cars Porsche racing event happen? I think that would be fun. We're getting closer, actually, to having, not many cars left to choose from for racing. But yeah, I think a red Porsche race cars race will be fun because it's the only time you'll see the Porsche Cayenne Turbo racing in this series. Because that's the only one I have of it in red, and it's the only one I could get to. And for those of you who are joining this live stream late, this is not all the Porsche cars I have in my diecast cars collection. I'm hoping to race on this car mount track on a flatter surface at some point in the future. I could have done it on the ground. I didn't really think that through just now, but I could have, and it's a little bit too late for that. 3, 2, 1, go. On to left 2, I believe now. And oh my goodness, the Porsche SUV is actually ahead. And it's pulling ahead suddenly. And it was pulling ahead, but now it's not for long. On to the, final lap, I believe? And oh my goodness, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo SUV wins that race, followed by an old Porsche 911 in second place. Well, that's it for that race, and I guess we can do a blue Porsche cars race next then. Maybe a silver and gray one after that. Yep, let's do a blue one, so that way we can have some blue cars advancing. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 now. Oh no, and one car has crashed badly. On to lap 3 now. This blue Porsche here is a 930, I do believe. On to the, I want to say final lap is starting right now. And oh my goodness, those 2 cars cannot seem to stop crashing everywhere. Yeah, and this tarmac track is going everywhere. I'm sorry, but these racing conditions are just getting a little bit too challenging and causing cars to crash too much and making the racing difficulty way more challenging for the cars. So yeah, I may have to let you know who wins a different way possibly. So we'll have white and silver or silver gray light cars in this race here. I'm sorry, but I may have to do a second live stream on the ground so that way the car mat track is not moving so much. So yeah, I may have to do a second live stream anyways because this one's already going pretty long. So I may have to do a second one possibly because I still have quite a few cars left to race after that even. 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, these conditions are just, I mean, maybe I just keep going and pushing through. I don't know, but I'm really hoping to get this done possibly. I would like to, but these challenging conditions are making it, a little bit more tough for some of these other cars to race. So it's going to be up to me, I guess, to see if I want to keep going or not. I mean, you know what? Let's just try to finish it as best as we can. I'm just going to try to finish it. At this point, I've already started it, and I don't want to let my subscribers down. So I'm just going to push through the weird, challenging terrain caused by, the bed and stuff. I think we're on lap 3 of 4 now. On to the final lap. And the Porsche 911 GT3 in white from Matchbox just outdoes the other one, the 911 GT1. Wow, that was a close one. Well, there's that group done. And guess what? We have 4 more cars left after that. So, because I'd rather not race them, to make it unfair amount of cars, well, let's see, how many groups do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Yeah, I'd rather have 32 cars than 30 cars, because then, it's not exactly an even number. Because 3, 5, and 6, 6 is an even number, but 3 is not an even number, nor is 5. So we might just add that group there lastly, I guess, and see what happens. All right. Well, on to the next round. Now, again, these races are still 4 laps long, so do keep that in mind. They will only become shorter amount of laps in total once we're down to the final 2 or 3 cars. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh dear, this race got very interesting suddenly. On to lap 2 of 4 now. 3 of 4. Lap 4 of 4. Who's going to win? Will the new 935 win? It's going to be close. It's going to be... Oh, and it just loses to the 962. Not by much, though, but it will advance still. Wow. And the 911 GT3, some Speed Machines racing day for this live stream racing event come to a quick end, unfortunately, and same with the hybrid Porsche as well. All right, let's do this. We have 2 hybrid cars and 2 non-hybrid cars. 3, 2, 1, go. And oh my goodness, the non-hybrid cars are pulling away big time. And they keep pulling away. Well, they were pulling away. And now everyone's crashing. On to lap 3 of 4. And now the hybrid cars are winning. Now they aren't winning. Final lap, I do believe. Coming up. Yep. Final lap starting just now. Oh my goodness. And it's going to look like the non-hybrid cars will not be making the next round. Wow. So we will have 2 Porsche race cars followed by 2 non-Porsche race cars in that next racing event there. I do believe it was that group next. Yeah, it was. And then that group over there. Alright, well, let's see what this group does. Because 32 divided by 2 is 16, so then we go from 16 down to 8 and then the final 4. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 now. On to lap 3. Still no sign of comeback from that Porsche race car. On to lap 4. It had a chance, but it got blocked. Did we have a tie? Hold on. Nope. The Exotic Envy non-chase Porsche is the winner by like a tenth of a millisecond. I mean, that was a close one, but another round of Porsche race cars gone. Wow, it's like Porsche race cars are just losing a lot lately. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, they're putting up a good race, but they haven't done much lately. Now, this race here is almost nothing but Porsche race cars, so that'll be interesting to see how it pans out. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap, 2 now, I do believe. Lap 3 now. Oh dear. And they're pulling away. On to lap 4 now. And suddenly, cars get tangled up. Who's it going to be? And the Porsche race car out does the non-Porsche race car and advances to the next round. So we have 3 Porsche race cars into the next round, but we have 2 more that just got eliminated. Three, two, 1, go. I don't think these Porsche race cars are slowing down anytime soon. I think these 2 guys right here kind of meant business as soon as that imaginary green light for the race, then they could go. We are now on the very final lap. Whoa, and it looks like the Porsche 917 is way out ahead. I don't know how this is happening. I mean, it's almost a full track half length ahead. And it's obviously going to the next race. Now we have to see which other ones will advance with it. And it's going to be the 962. I mean, that was just embarrassing of a loss for their cars. I want to say that group's going towards the end. This group would be next. So we have 2 Porsche race cars and 2 non-Porsche race cars. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 now. Here comes lap 3. Lap 4. Whoa, what happened to the Porsche race cars? They're battling and it's not, well, The unfortunate thing is it looks like one car's not really going to win, and it's this guy right here. And it's going to be the two red Porsche cars. Wow. Nope, next race will be two white colored Porsche cars and two non-white colored Porsche cars. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 now. Here comes lap 3 just about now. On to lap 3. On to lap 4. And it's going to be a very interesting race. Now, technically, this car has not won because the bumper has not fully crossed the line. That car does have a bumper. Yeah, and it's clear to see that right there. This one's the winner, followed by the 930. And we have a backwards finish. Wow. I mean, that doesn't happen too often, but it did that time. 4, 8, 12. Almost up to 16 cars left. And then down to the final 8, or technically in this term, the final 8, or technically, I wouldn't call it the Elite 8 by any means, because that just seems a bit silly, but like the final 8 or last 8, but I'm probably going to go with the final 8 cars. Or the grade 8, yeah, the grade 8. Grade 8. 3, 2, 1, go. Almost down to the special 16 amount of cars left. On to lap 2 now. On to lap. They're on lap 3, and these two are on lap 2. So somehow these two cars got slowed down badly. Now, unfortunately, we can't just time warp things in this, race. But we already have our winners, and these two are automatically eliminated by a lap. Yeah, I'm glad I chose to get this done sooner, because I do actually have, I'm not going to mention what it is right now, but I will be busy later this evening, as I have, some event planned tonight. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 now. And this racing is not getting any easier for any of these cars here. On to lap 3 now, I believe. Final lap. This is it. And it's going to be the 935 and then the 9... What car is this? 962 getting second place. This car's been beaten up pretty badly a few times. But yeah, it's going on to the grade 8 amount of cars left in this special Porsche race. To make things fair in this race, we will have the faster cars behind. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, it didn't take long for the two faster cars to pull ahead. On to lap 2 already. On to lap 3, and well, these two cars got stuck. And oh my goodness, they're not catching up, because these two are just about to start the final lap. These two are a lap behind, so they are pretty much, and they already got left. And the Porsche race car wins again. We have 3 Porsche race cars already into the next round. Wow. And that major for RS 2.7 makes the special 16, but cannot go on to the round of 8 cars left. Well, we'll see if more Porsche race cars can join or not. Because then we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Porsche race cars into the next round. If that's what happens. 3, 2, 1, go. On to lap 2 now. On to lap 3. On to the final lap. This is it, final lap. And the 917 does actually outdo the 962 this time. The red cars are out. There are technically no more red cars whatsoever. I mean, there's an orange one, but orange is not exactly red in terms of color. 3, 2, 1, go. Technically, the 911 GT1 is considered a race car because this one doesn't change the Stravernison one, which is the road-going one. So this is classified as a race car. So we could have 6 Porsche race cars. Last 3 or 4. Final lap. And it looks like the 911 GT1 and 930 are advancing. Well, we're on to the final 8 cars. This will be an interesting race here. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, and those cars just took off like crazy quick. On to lap 204 now. Uh-oh, there was a bad crash, and that car is not seeming to recover from it. And nor is the other one, because they're starting to fall behind, kind of. On to lap 304 now. Final lap, this is it. See, and that car was off track, but now it's like back on track. But again, because it didn't finish off track, like the car wasn't pushed off track and then goes back to the finish line, that's not what I meant by fully off track. And it's going to be the 935 K3 and the 911 GT3 Cup car of the 992 generation model into the final 4 cars. 962 has been eliminated. Oh boy, this will be an interesting race here. Because if those 2 cars win, that's 1 less blue car to deal with. 3, 2, 1, go. Is it going to be all Porsche race cars in the final race? We'll have to see. On to lap 204 now. Man, this race is making it really challenging here. On to lap 304. On to the final lap. And the 917 will win a second time against that 962 and go to the final 4 cars. All right, so now here's the kicker, or like the catch in this race. 1 car only gets eliminated. You're hearing this right. 1 car only gets eliminated from this race because it's 3 cars, then down to 2. 3, 2, 1, go. There's lap 2 of 4 started. On to lap 3 of 4. Now 4 of 4, this is it. 1 car gets eliminated. Doesn't matter how you finish. And it's this same finish, and it's going to be the 917, and the 962 is out. So probably the fastest Porsche race car is out, but now we still have 2 of their. We have the top 2 fast Porsche race cars, second and third best fast Porsche race cars, along with this guy here. Now remember, because it's 3 cars only now, that third place car could come out at any given point and just lap those cars. 3, 2, 1, go. And just what I said, it does. On to lap 2 now. It's losing. Here's lap 3. Here's the final lap. And the Porsche Cup car is ahead now. And the Porsche Cup car will win, followed by the 935 K3. We will have a major at top 3. This car gets third. Who's going to get first? It's between these 2. These 2 for first and second place overall for all the racing for this special Porsche edition diecast race cars live stream racing event on my channel. 2 laps because there's 2 cars left. 4 would be a bit too long. 3, 2, 1, go. And it's looking like this car is going to win. Last lap. And the GT3 Cup car wins it all. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. So here's the top 3. Here's today's top 3 cars. Third, second, and first. That's it for this live stream. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, joining, stopping by, all that good stuff. And I will see you probably tomorrow or this weekend for my next live stream event, just because I'm probably going to be busy with a lot of things to do around the house after I end this live stream. So thanks everyone for being here. Have a great rest of your weekend, and also everyone have a safe, wonderful coming up Labor Day weekend. I mean, it's not here just yet, but it's getting here soon, in like 2 or 3 days. So just be safe out there traveling during this Labor Day weekend. And road trips are always fun because you never know what diecast car you'll find during road trips, whether they're at gas stations or grocery stores of any kind, or a store you've never heard of before for specialty diecast car shops even. Bye everyone, that's it for this live stream, and I will see you all next time. Laters.